Warning, this podcast contains spoilers and sass. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the As Seen on TV podcast. This one for Season 2 of Agent Carter. Actually, the first two episodes of Season 2 of Agent Carter. The Lady in the Lake and A View in the Dark. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me are Cleo.
Hello.
And Peggy.
And Peggy.
Yeah, and John.
So it's Peggy and not Dottie.
Hello.
And Rachel with the actual, really valid point. And I love that. I thought that was a perfect start to the episode. It's like, oh, look.
That was so great.
The only red hat walking down the street. She's such a sassy British lady. I love it. And then it's like, wrong lady.
Yeah. But as soon
Dottie
as they
has an obsession.
Oh, yes. She's great.
Yeah, one can say it's a little much.
As soon as they showed her front, though, I was like,
Yeah.
that just actually looks like a bad cosplay.
Yeah.
Well, it was. And if I had to pick any way that this season was going to open, that was not it.
Nope.
No, not at all. Wouldn't have thought.
It was a badass fight scene, though. Come on now.
It was a pretty awesome fight scene, but, if I had to pick, the one bad guy who got away last season is going to be captured in the first 2 minutes of this season, that was not my prediction. Wouldn't have guessed it.
May I ask a question?
You may.
Okay.
Has anyone ever been kicked by someone in heels before? Because I imagine that must fucking hurt.
Yeah, probably.
Like, they just kicked each other in the fucking stomach, and we're just like, no, I'm fine.
I mean, if the actual heel, yeah.
Like,
But we're also talking
Ow.
about... We're also talking about Peggy and Dottie. Like, these are the two, toughest ladies.
yeah.
Toughest people.
But they
Dottie's
emerge with no
betrayed.
bruises,
Oh, yeah, no, I would
no
imagine.
detached retinas from getting your face slammed into a table. Like, I would just, get cracked in the back of the head with a sack of quarters like Daddy used to.
Oh, my God. That was crazy.
So, I heard Nikki say sack of quarters the other night. I didn't know what she was talking about. And apparently, they were talking about this episode. I'm like, wow, a sack of quarters, that's a lethal weapon. And then I saw the episode. I'm like,
Yep.
That'll do it.
Lucky it didn't cave in the back of her skull.
Yeah, seriously.
So Dottie gets interrogated by Peggy, who is just all creepy smiles and everything.
Oh my god, it's like some kind of sexual enjoyment to her or something. It was really weird. That's how I got it. Was like
I
some
know,
kind of like fetish for her. It's like, oh, this is kind of creepy.
It's admiration and adoration, and she's just so fascinated at this person.
She's
Invested
stalking
her.
She's like has this fantasy in her head going on with her, and like her and Peggy being best friends, and they're
Yep.
going on. She has this whole thing in her head going on. It's like that creepy guy that liked you in high school.
A little different than that, but yeah.
Who hasn't had that?
I don't know. Did you guys have creepy guys in high school that liked you? John, Mike,
Not high school, college.
college.
Ooh. Maybe high school. I don't remember
I
really.
feel like it's maybe because, maybe she actually sees Peggy as her equal.
Yeah, that's
You know?
exactly.
Possibly,
and
yeah.
I think she hasn't had that ever before this.
Right, she's always been the badass Soviet assassin lady.
But
Right.
she's
Nobody
so
could stand up
creepy
to her.
about it. It's just like,
Oh, yeah.
uh,
Well, I mean, just because of the way they're raised, her attachment issues are all haywire anyway. So I imagine her latching onto Peggy like that is just a product of the horrific way she was brought up anyway. So, oh my God, she knows how to fight like me.
but also it did flip her a little bit when Peggy took off the handcuffs. She's like, well, you've been handcuffed to a bed. It's been trained, so take these off. And that is probably a security thing for her. Like a security blanket, like for kids. That's a security thing for her.
Well, yeah, because remember last season she slept handcuffed to her own
Up to
bed.
bed.
Like she did it
Yeah.
intentionally.
And I
Yeah.
mean, forget about Dottie. Look at, Natasha. She's most comfortable when they think that she's vulnerable,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
but she's never is.
Very true.
Oh,
Is that why she got the name Black Widow?
Yeah, possibly. So while we're on the subject of Dottie, Agent Thompson is getting nothing out of her at all. But then the FBI walks in, uses a
Agent douchebag?
yeah, just uses a giant pair of bolt cutters, cuts her out. It's like, yeah, FBI's taking her. Bye. Well,
All I kept thinking was that 70s show. Like that's
That's what I said. I was like, why is Red Foreman here?
yeah, I know. And he hasn't aged much.
No.
He
He looks good for, the 70s and the 40s.
Yeah.
He's a oh dear lord, he's a
So he was apparently Agent Thompson's mentor previously, which probably means we're going to get more about Agent Thompson's past other than war hero.
Oh, I don't know. They are playing the FBI. I'm like, the first thing I put says that FBI's up to something.
We could talk about it.
Hydra! It's Hydra!
Yes, thank you. We could talk about all that at the end of this, but it's Hydra. Swear to God.
Something.
I'm gonna mention.
know
I'm gonna probably mention about 10 times that I keep forgetting this is in the 40s, like 1947.
1947.
Keep forgetting.
And I feel like we need to talk about things that are happening in S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, we have to spoil S.H.I.E.L.D. because these things need to be talked about.
Stuff is tying in. We'll get there. We'll save that for our closing statements, I guess.
Okay, yeah. So that anyone who doesn't want to hear it can leave.
Mm-hmm. So, Dottie gets taken by the FBI, but midway through her interrogation, Thompson gets a call from Sousa, who is now chief of the LA office, which is a pretty awesome promotion. Way to go.
We all know why he left.
Yeah, we all know why he left. Yeah. Can cut that tension with a butter knife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, think.
Mm-hmm. So Thompson, thinking he's being cute, decides, yeah, I got just the man for you. She's busy interrogating probably our, most dangerous suspect we ever had captured, all blah, 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 blah. I'm going to send her to fuck with Sousa.
Yeah. He's a giant prick.
He's always been a prick.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know. But I thought, like, at the end of last season, it seemed like, oh, maybe he's coming around. He's not going to be so bad. No.
No. Not happening.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, totally. About that right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sousa called for help for a good reason. It's the middle of a heat wave in LA. It's 100 and something degrees, and the lake, whatever lake that is in LA, is frozen fucking solid for the most part.
You know what? I loved so far when they did that, when they showed the scene and they were showing the reel, the film reel, and they showed the Hollywood sign and it still said Hollywood Land. And I love the little details that they put in there, because that didn't get changed until 1949. So it was 1947. For them to put that much detail into it, they could have just shot the Hollywood sign and no one really probably would have.
Or they could have, yeah. But I was reading an article.
Known it,
I was reading an article like,
love that.
Yeah, I was reading an article like 10 minutes before I called you guys. About season 2, saying, oh yeah, we did season 1 in New York, but I mean, it's not like we can recreate 1940s New York. So we filmed it in LA on sound stages. Then we realized, well, LA really hasn't changed much visually since 1947. So why don't we just film it here in the first place? So
yeah, but I just love the little details like that, and the clothing. I don't know, for some reason I've noticed the clothing more this season than I did last season. And whoever has done the clothing is amazing. I'm just like, I want that, and I want that.
basically, they got a kick-ass costume designer.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
So,
amazing.
Frozen Lady in the Lake. So, before we get on to her, Jarvis is, back as Peggy's, I guess you could say, sidekick.
Yes.
Her lovable, sassy sidekick.
They're partners.
Yeah, they're partners. I'll go with that.
So associates.
Mm-hmm.
He hates California.
He hates California. Howard Stark is as the he's off with his location scout, scouting her locations, and
As long as she let him scout
yeah.
her location.
Yes, and we finally meet Mrs. Jarvis.
Oh, God, I love her.
Yes, she's not a
so
myth anymore.
she's
I was
real.
like, she's real.
She's real and she's fucking amazing.
She's amazing. I love her.
She's his sparring partner. That's my favorite part. She's
My favorite part was Jarvis when he was talking to Peggy. He's like, they eat here is so different. I mean, look at the trees. You know, that's no support. Would you trust these trees?
They don't even cast shade.
And then he's like, avocados. They eat with everything. I'm like, nothing's changed.
And the flamingo is like,
Nothing's changed.
I couldn't get it
Nothing's
into its
changed.
enclosure.
Avocados with everything.
Avocados.
Savages.
And I honestly think that no matter where Jarvis was, he would be bored after last year with Peggy.
I
think
agree.
no matter what, he would be bored.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Frozen Solid Body. Let's get to that. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I mean, they revealed
science.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're all the coroner's bundled up in autopsy. It's the middle of a heat wave, and it's just, they have heaters going, and all the heat is just being sucked out of the room by the body, which, by the way, glows in the dark.
Yeah.
How awkward it was when Daniel finally realized that Peggy was there to help him. That was just that awkward moment. I'm like, awkward.
Oh no, I totally asked for you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just like, that is so awkward. That is like the. If I saw that, I would have been like, I'm leaving. If I was like came upon that.
I'd have just turned around. But nope, walk away. Thank you. Have a nice day. Body froze. Oh yeah. I guess while we're on that topic, Sousa has a significant other. She's a nurse. She's blonde. She's adorable.
She's cool.
She's played on something else I can't remember. I didn't look her up.
Yeah, no, I know her face.
I know her from somewhere.
Yeah, I know her face too. There is going to be some kind of relationship drama with that coming this season, probably.
Of course, there's got to be a triangle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. She seems like a very cool person, though.
Mm-hmm.
So far. So we introduced to, I guess, what could be the bad guy of the season, Mr. Chadwick, whose first name I don't remember, and for some stupid reason didn't write down. He's the owner of Isodyne Systems, and he's running for senator, and he's married to an actress.
Whitney Frost.
Mm-hmm.
I did look up that name, and
I saw.
I looked up that name. I was like, "What the fuck?" The story that they give you and that we give you, I'm like, "What?" It's like going, "Choo, choo, choo, choo." I'm like, "This person's weird."
I mean, you really get that sort of mystery from her because it's like, yeah, she's an actress. We see her acting, but then like the conversations she has in private with her husband are just like, what?
Yeah, just okay.
I mean, I don't know if they are related to what I posted, but it's kind of you're like going, this is too. What, they just threw this name out there for the hell of it?
I don't know.
So.
I don't. They're.
No, it's got to be on purpose.
Yeah, they're planning something with that. But I mean, they led to Isodyne because hey, she's glowing in the dark due to being near a particle accelerator, and also forgot it's the 40s. There aren't a lot of them.
No.
As in, there's one of them, and they made up a second one.
Oh, yeah. They made it. Okay.
So, she's glowing in the dark. I completely lost my train of thought where I was going. I had a good segue planned, but it's gone now. So we meet Jason Wilkes, who is a scientist man who Peggy has an immediate crush on.
Cool dude.
Cool dude, yeah.
Swell fella.
Taste this.
He's the bee's knees.
Taste this. You poisoning me? It's ethanol, so yes, I am poisoning you. I love them from that line
Charming
right there.
motherfucker.
Yeah, charming motherfucker. Exactly. And I'll say at the end of episode 1, I thought he was going to be another villain as well.
No, I knew he wasn't.
Because he's standing in front of this containment cell, which I assumed it was gravitonium. Or whatever the hell that stuff was from the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
It looks an awful lot like, and when they showed the film of it sucking everything in, it looks like how the monolith when it goes liquid.
Yes, that's what I said. It looks like a non-solid version of the monolith.
Posit that it's a black hole.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
Well, that's kind of like what the
let's see. Okay, the monolith. John, have you caught up with S.H.I.E.L.D.?
God no.
God, no. Okay.
It shows for sissies.
Anyway, basically, the monolith is this big piece of stone that all of a sudden, big, solid piece of shiny black stone, decides, hey, I'm done being a solid. I'm a liquid now.
Okay.
And while that liquid is, splattered on the floor, it acts as a portal to another planet.
Yeah,
and then it solids again.
But this looks like dark matter on it, because it's left behind from a black hole.
Yeah, that was clearly a black hole. That was
yeah, it was very clearly a black hole. That this is the residue of it, and it's dark matter because it's it has no the temperature is absolute zero in it. So I don't know if it's a portal to another dimension or not, but
see, that's what they said. They don't know if the portal to a different dimension, but that's what makes me think it is, because Frost, she's very like, I want it. I know what it does. I'm the only one that knows what it does, kind of thing. And I'm like,
I mean,
yeah.
The destructive force alone, if harnessed, is if it could just create black hole bombs, is pretty good. You destroy everything around it and the evidence that would lead to it. So
especially in the era when there were not that many nukes yet. Nuclear weaponry was still in its infancy. Shit, then Russia hadn't even developed one yet.
Yeah.
So
and I think that with this organization that I'm sure we'll talk a lot about in a little bit, they're gonna want to do something a little different than make a bomb.
Yeah. So first off, they call the shit zero matter. Great name. So apparently they were trying to replicate and improve upon the Manhattan Project. Mm-hmm. Because again, 2 years after it, not nothing big there. But Chadwick is shut down by the Council of Nine.
All the guest stars.
Yeah, tons of guest stars.
Yes.
And I was I'm looking through all their faces, like, do I recognize any of you as people from Hydra? Nope.
Did anyone get a 12 Patriots vibe from that besides me? Because I totally did.
I totally did too.
Yeah,
kinda.
I was going to say.
Kind of gave a little, but it did give a very heavy hand, especially with the crest on the lapel pins and everything like that. Give a very heavy Hydra feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we just had, given to us in S.H.I.E.L.D. that Hydra formed, in the Stone Age.
Yeah.
And split off into multiple branches.
Remember when they turned his patch upside down? It did look like an A. So this could have been the beginning of it.
And I mean,
could have been the.
Or it could have been a completely unrelated head of Hydra, know.
But we also saw similar sort of council dudes sitting around a table going, "This is our This feels a lot like that.
Castle. At the castle before they sent that guy through with his wine.
Yeah.
But
True.
So that's what I was thinking with the whole, I don't know. It's everything. It seems to be pointing towards they're linking it up somehow, which probably is going to be linked up somehow with the next movie. Who knows?
I mean,
I'm not sure that they're going to come into play with this next movie.
So, okay, I wasn't crazy when a few months ago I heard or read or watched a video where one of the higher-ups in Marvel said, all the shows, movies, and everything are going to start directly referencing and crossing over a hell of a lot more often now.
Thank God.
And a lot more blatantly. So I wasn't crazy when I heard that, right? Did anybody else? Okay.
No, you definitely.
All right.
That's definitely true.
I haven't seen it yet. I want it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
Definitely.
I'm hoping it's going to start now in Agent Carter, but
yeah,
I'll have to wait till May
Civil
War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure if this organization is going to cross into Civil War, but definitely something.
I mean, to be fair, they had a hand. They had a hand in the stock market crash.
Yeah.
Of the Great Depression. I mean, like, clearly they wield a great deal of power in this universe. So, I mean, they're not Hydra. Hydra wants them dead.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I mean,
I have a feeling
for anyone who doesn't watch, they are like from Captain America. Hydra's scary.
Yeah.
This group makes Hydra even more scary.
Right. And I mean, like we've said in S.H.I.E.L.D., they said, the Hydra we know, like, Red Skull and everything, they were the very up, in the open, in-your-face Hydra. There are probably how many other different, branches of it that
this might be the. I mean, granted, Red Skull was World War II, so this is just after World War II. So he could be taking, here's Skull's Hydra, and then the other ones down here keeping underground, going, yeah.
And he, backtracking a little bit, Thompson's mentor guy, the FBI dude, said that the SSR would be very soon replaced with a peacetime organization.
Yeah,
Which is probably...
there is no way he's not Hydra. No way he's not Hydra.
And he's probably talking about S.H.I.E.L.D.
He's not
He's
Hydra,
talking about
there's
S.H.I.E.L.D.
something else. Yeah. But there's something else going on. There's no way the FBI would, I mean, there is ways, but there's no way the FBI would come in, unchain her, well, not unchain her, basically break her out, without some other reasons.
Well, I mean, as we know, S.H.I.E.L.D. was subverted by Hydra the whole time, so, they're just going for the 60-year-long con at this point. I mean,
that's exactly what they're doing.
So they're gonna, he's, of course, Red's part. I'm gonna just call him Red because I don't know who the fuck the character is. Red's definitely gonna have a hand in forming Hydra. Just a weird sentence because it just changes the whole vibe of that '70s show. And, let S.H.I.E.L.D. come. Let them try to thwart us. But
that was Red. The '70s show was Red after he retired.
Right. Yeah.
And
so he's such a hard ass.
Yeah.
And they from what we hear in Ant-Man, was it Ant-Man? They say it somewhere, but it was like, oh no, it was S.H.I.E.L.D. They say that Peggy, they would have made their move sooner, but Peggy hadn't retired as director, so they were scared of her when she was director. So the reason they didn't make moves sooner was because Peggy was still in charge.
Yeah.
And they probably figured we would never get one, she'd sniff the plan out instantaneously.
Oh, yeah.
So, best wait till she retires.
Mm-hmm. And then try to get our guy up in there, which they did.
Mm-hmm.
Pierce?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it worked. There we go. So, let's see. Carter has a lovely dance with Mr. Wilkes. Really? Huh?
I don't like her in purple. Like her better in red.
Or blue. She works purple.
It works.
I didn't like it. But,
I don't know. Whatever.
Still the red lipstick, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Lipstick works. Definitely.
Lipstick.
I really...
Product placement.
And she bought into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I still keep forgetting this is the 40s, what's her name? Whitney Frost. She's, acting. And they're like, oh, that whole scene was, I was like, and then I slid back and was like, this is 1947. This was acceptable.
I was just like...
No one gave a shit.
I thought you said you knew how to like older women. I'm like, oh, God.
I thought you said you knew how to like older
savage.
women. I was like, let's see. Hey, makeup. Yeah, see if you can do something. I thought you said you were going to do something about these lines, these circles here.
Can you take it in? I can barely breathe as is.
Like I can barely breathe as is.
Skip
Looks like
lunch.
someone's not eating lunch today.
Guy was savage, man.
And then when Peggy's...
He's actually a comedian, him and his twin brother.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
yes.
his twin. Yeah, they're very funny.
They are.
It was savage. And then when they go to that gas station to get change, it's like...
I knew.
Yeah, I know. It's just like...
I knew as soon as they walked in, I'm like, this is going to be a problem.
Oh, yeah. Like, the whole, hey, listen, boy. I was talking to the lady. I was like, Oh, good God! Right,
I wanted to
1947.
punch him. I wanted to punch the guy straight through the TV.
I loved her comment about needing a hobby, like punching all the jerks in LA.
Punch everybody in LA. You need a hobby.
Sounds like a good hobby.
And bless Peggy's heart, because she did not know what was happening at first. She's like, I'm sorry.
No, she
It's like,
did.
I don't get it.
I knew immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
She's like, what? I just need change for the stupid phone.
What is wrong with you?
You gotta buy something.
You an idiot? Are you dumb? Are you slow? Do I need to write this out? What's going on?
Mm-hmm. Speaking of hobbies, I love that Jarvis has taken up judo.
Oh my God, it's great.
And I love that his signature attack is the overturned turtle of doom, or whatever the frig she called it.
Yeah.
I love the fact that she comes in and he's on top of Peggy and she's just nonchalant.
She's like, oh, it seems he got you with his signature move.
Yeah. It's like,
and Peggy's just like, oh, so that's what it's called.
And I'm just like,
Peggy
oh.
was all embarrassed, like, oh my God, he's on top of me, blah, blah, kind of thing. She was flustered and.
Oh my God, he's on top of me. Like, what am I gonna do? Oh my God, his wife just walked in. Oh my God,
yeah, exactly.
And she's just like,
whatever.
It's like, oh, okay.
Mrs. Jarvis is the best.
She's so cool. She's so chill.
Yeah, she is pretty chill, but then again, she's a German. We found out she grew up in Nazi Germany. Well, she was stuck in Nazi Germany, and when Jarvis, what did he do? He forged papers, disobeyed orders, stole a plane.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only took a week.
For him to know.
Yeah, that's not love. I don't know what is. Exactly. Well done, Jarvis. So
they're very good balance for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
you know what I mean? So
they work.
That's what makes it work.
Yeah.
I really wish she would be chasing the
flamingo. Peggy, and Peggy's like, "Oh, we're hugging now. Okay."
Oh,
yes,
good.
She's a hugger.
She's not.
Yeah.
I love it.
She hugs. She doesn't hug. So Wilkes and Carter, they go to steal the zero matter from Isodyne before it can be completely stripped. Because the Council of Nine sent in, I guess you could say a cleanup crew under the guise of a radiation leak.
How much do you want to kill that freaking receptionist?
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Oh my God!
Oh, my hate. Is there anything else I can help you with today? Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, you are so annoying.
Is there anything else I can help you with today?
And then Susan's just like, hey, I'm attractive.
Hey, there's something you can help me with.
He did the eyes.
I'm amazed he didn't just get in there really close and just go, wink.
I mean, the actress played it perfectly. She was amazing. I'm pretty sure the actress is not as annoying in person.
Oh no.
No, of course.
Oh my gosh, she played it to exactly how a receptionist like that would be in that kind of a situation.
Mm-hmm. But Wilkes gets the stuff into a tiny jar, which I'm amazed it fit into that tiny jar, considering how big it looked inside the magnetic containment field.
I think it expands with it. It's kind of like the goldfish. The bigger the tank, the grows.
So he gets it. Frost, Whitney Frost, who is apparently the brains of the operation here, confronts him.
Something's up with her.
Yeah, and as he put it, I know you're smart. And I know you're not, I know you're smart enough not to shoot me while I'm holding this.
Yeah.
Great point. And then his, I'm going to slap a gun reflex comes in.
And then she slaps him. She bitch slaps him.
Well,
seriously.
He bitch slapped the gun out of her hand, and then she bitch slapped that smug look off his face.
Yeah.
What made the stuff fall.
And shatter, and he had, that is the most not needed line in,
Run.
My history of cinema for the last week. Run. Yeah.
Yeah, go. Go now.
So he's gone, presumed dead. She is, Peggy never knew she was there, but she is locked up in her room with her husband pounding on the door, and apparently she absorbed some of the junk.
Oh, she's freaking out.
Oh, hi, well, look at this extra-dimensional liquid matter that froze and sucked the energy out of everything it touches. Came out of a black hole spawned by a nuclear explosion. It's now in me.
Wait, was it the zero matter that froze, or was that what Or was that something else?
No, they froze. Like, the woman in the lake, she froze by coming. They assume, Wilkes said she must have come into physical contact with it.
Yeah.
Because he said it sucks all of the energy, like all surrounding energy, into it. So heat is kinetic energy.
Right.
So
Frost
if she
killed-
touched it, it would have.
Frost killed the mistress.
But
Yeah.
the problem is that even when spread like that, it doesn't stop spreading. Like, it's still, you know, it still maintains its properties and does not diminish at all, as it turns out.
Yeah.
So it's scary.
Hey, freezing shit to absolute zero is a big fucking deal.
It's a rather low temperature.
You know what? I did look up just for curiosity. There was a lady in the lake, like case, but it was
Like
not until
murder?
not until 1976 when it was, and it was a teacher that killed his wife, and they couldn't prove it until one time they found bones in this lake, and they found out and like he killed himself in like 2010. So there was an actual case, but it wasn't this. I just was curious. Like sometimes they do use actual case names, you know, and
That's very interesting.
They try to go for that extra bit of authenticity.
So I just figured, I was like, is this an actual case? But no. Well, it is, but it's not at the same time frame.
So I'm curious
Before
where.
you too far away from the frozen woman. And John was witness to this. I had a moment. I dropped, whatever I was holding. But when she froze the case that she was in, I had a flashback to the Winter Soldier and how when they put him in cryo, it sort of froze over. It looked exactly the same. I was like, what?
You dropped your blood orange.
Is this what I did? I was like, is this what they used to freeze Bucky? Like, I had a lot of feels in like one moment.
40s cryo, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows what they used?
Don't know.
Was he even in cryo at this point?
Yeah, he's still crawling out of the fucking woods with no arm.
Yeah, something along those lines.
No, they dragged him out of that valley.
So I am just curious where this season is going, because we have a lot of, new, like, scientific organization that's, like, past the cutting edge. It's on, like, the cutting edge of the cutting edge. A mysterious council of older gentlemen. Scary extra-dimensional matter that came flying out of a black hole that sucked in a bunch of tanks and some soldiers in the middle of a desert after a nuke went off. All of this is screaming Hydra.
Yes.
Like,
well, I think...
And I think, now that we've been talking about it for like the last 30 minutes or so, I think they're pushing Hydra up, like, on us really hard, and then they're going to curveball something else at us. Like, they want us to think it's Hydra.
Well, I think that it's, like you said, just a different branch of Hydra that's going to join with whatever's left of Red Skull's Hydra and get itself into S.H.I.E.L.D. when it's being created. I think that's what's happening right now.
Well, when I was reading some of the whole Wikipedia on Whitney Frost and stuff like that, she's kind of a flip-flopper from what I've read. She was working with some of the bad guys, then she decided to work with some of the good guys. She was going all over it all. So, it's quite possible. They're invading at the beginning.
Right, and the character she is in the comics, Madame Mask, really no superpowers. Actually, no superpowers.
There was a mention that she could duplicate herself or something, so I don't know, but that was way down. I read some of it, and I was just like, oh, okay, I gotta stop reading and getting a headache.
I gotta look into that.
Well, I think that, and Mike, you said that they were, like, weirdly advanced in technology. I feel like if they are, which I think they are, a different branch of Hydra, they probably have some sort of alien tech that's helping them. Just like Red Skull had the Tesseract.
Red Skull had the Tesseract. Von Strucker had the staff.
Well, was it like the first episode on season 1, Peggy was getting all the stuff that the Nazis were trying to transport, and those were all alien technology stuff. So they are there. Just where exactly they fit in, we don't know yet.
Well,
and where are they now?
That could be where this this bomb technology even came from to make this black hole. I mean, who knows what they were like? Let's just throw this into the bomb, guys, and see what the fuck happens. And oops. I mean, what would be really cool is if this somehow actually links back to Red Skull's resurgence that we know is definitely coming at some point in like the modern times of the movies.
Or
And I
so
feel like
we really hope.
yeah, it's gonna happen. I mean, he just does come back. But it'd be really cool if like we call like a little hint of that, like that's what this other organization is like gathering all this funding for, and like that'd be a really cool like twist at the end, like he's not dead, you know.
No, they have been hinting at Red Skull coming into it some point, either at the movies or in the shows. They've been hitting at it for a long time, but no one can pinpoint what's
When?
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Or what or anything. So it's kind of like.
I mean, who knows where the hell he got sent when, he
That's
tried
true.
to use the Tesseract. I mean, it's allows, if they're sticking with the comic book version, it allows instantaneous travel to anywhere in the universe.
He ends up on that planet Bardock wound up on.
In the past, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Bardock. Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, who in the MCU is named Bardock? I was like trying to think. I'm like, I can see the future.
Yeah, Red Skull would totally be the guy saying like, "When I am back to full strength, I will gut you with an honest to God smile on my face." Anyway, anything else about this
Curious
episode?
what they do, who they're gonna get to play him.
Yeah, because I think there was something in the, somewhere an interview was done that Hugo Weaving would not want to come back for Red
I don't
Skull.
blame him.
Yeah, not having a nose must hurt.
I like Hugo Weaving though.
Also, that's a role that seems like it would be few and far between.
Mm-hmm.
So I can completely understand why he wouldn't want to just do one movie, and then, who God knows when they'd take him back.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know when anything's happening.
Right.
Well, maybe he changed his face in transdimensional orbit.
Exactly.
He got a facelift.
And he's
Yeah.
in the comics. He's done that.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's completely,
It's fine.
it's
in the
canon.
realm.
It's okay. It's canon.
It's canon.
I
Anyway,
mean, Hugo will be missed, but
Hugo will be missed.
Yes. 'cause he
Next
was
episode. Next episode is called Better Angels. Just a wee tidbit about it. Peggy's search for the truth about Zero Matter puts her on a collision course with her superiors as Howard Stork.
well, if
Howard-
he's not careful,
Howard
Oh, yeah.
Stark barnstorms in. The problem is when I went to say Howard Stark, I read the next word and I saw storm and I just said Howard Stork because.
smushed the words together.
Anyway, that would be next week.
I really hope that he is. He was involved in last season, but I hope he's like more consistently involved in this season because that would be like, I think it would be a cool dynamic to have her, Jarvis, and Howard together and working together like the whole time. That'd be really fun, I think, to watch.
The Three Stooges, except
Yeah.
2 of them are competent.
Right.
We still
Sure.
have about 13 years before Tony's born, so.
Yeah, there is that.
I still want to know
He's
who the
not
mom
done
is.
porking ladies.
He's not done porking ladies. You're right.
Even after Tony was born, he's probably not done porking ladies.
Oh fuck! Why would you be?
It's Howard Stark. I mean, come on. Anyway, that is our show. Unless there is any pressing matter I forgot.
I think
No.
we basically
All right then.
most nails. I missed the waitress friend. I was hoping she'd come with her since, acting and such.
Yeah, she can. We're only 2
Yeah.
episodes into what is this going to be a 10
Jarvis
episode
can get her a
thing?
job.
Is she dead? Isn't she dead?
No, the waitress friend? No.
No, she's not dead.
Her
Oh.
original roommate died.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
that was
Yes, thank you. Okay, never mind.
Anyway,
Yeah, she was fine. Because
Tracy-
that was Peggy was so in the first season so afraid of that. That's what was going to happen to her.
right
Yeah.
But it
after
ended up-
Dottie was discovered. Anyway, Chrissy, where can they find you?
They can find me at Cleo Moto on most socials, like Twitch and Twitter.
Yeah.
You can find me at that. No more on Twitter.
Rachel.
They can find me at Twitter at Savannah17 and on Twitch at Savannah.
Awesome. You can find me on Twitter at Philidrin, right there. You can find all of us on ASO TV Podcast on, let's see, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, MySpace, and Google+. It's all ASO TV Podcast. You can follow us... Thank you. You can follow us there for some more podcasts, for some of your favorite TV shows, and now game-related stuff. Yeah, we started doing that there. Why the hell not? Everything in one place. Consolidation. It's nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
Synergy, bitches!